up, Rally Monkey Sports? My name's Carter. This is Kat. First live stream of the year. Let's get into it.
Let's go Lions. Can you believe it? Here we are, 2 days before Christmas, and we're talking about the Detroit Lions going to the playoffs.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and preview this game here with the Carolina Panthers. Here we go. Here are my keys to win. We have to stop the run well, and we have to run the ball well, and we cannot give up any chunk plays.
Turnovers, 13 games in a row. Only team in the NFL this year to be with that stat right now. We are getting the ball back on defense.
Yes, we are. Alrighty, let's go ahead and look at the Week 15 scores here. It's not clicking up there. Hold on. We'll just go ahead and click down. Alright, so here are the Week 15 scores. Seahawks 13, 49ers 21. What'd you think of that game?
Yeah, it was a good game, I guess. You know, the team we wanted to win is going to win. That's just the way it's going to be, right?
Oh, that didn't happen in the Vikings-Colts game.
Yeah, well, that was a little strange there. You know, I left at halftime 33-0, and I thought it was over. No chance did I think that the Colts could lose that game. Boy, was I wrong.
Alrighty, Ravens 3, Browns 13. Two teams in the AFC that don't really affect us.
Yep, guess what? Don't care. Talking about Lions football.
Eagles 25, Bears 20. Bears are in our division. Doesn't even matter.
Yeah, they played them better than we thought. Bears hung in there. You know, we got the Bears next week at home. Last game at Ford Field. This should be a good thing going right here.
All right, Lions 20, Jets 17. What'd you think of that game?
Man, close game. Knew it would be. Defense, you know, that's one of the best defenses in the NFL. Lions hung in there. Caught that last play, that long touchdown to Mr. Wright.
Yes.
Running down the sidelines.
Yes.
I was jumping around the house screaming like a little kid at Christmas. Go, 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 go. Touchdown, Lions. It was a good. It was a good day.
Yeah. All right. Now we're going to go to the Steelers 24 and then the team that we're playing this week, the Panthers 16.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it. Don't know much about these Panthers. Have not seen a lot of their football. I heard they got a pretty good run game. Sam Darnold's their quarterback this week, it sounds like. So I don't know. We'll be there. You and I trucking that way, right?
Sir.
We're trucking that way. We'll be there, 50-yard line, right behind the Lions bench, first row right there. So look for us on the big screen.
Alrighty. Next game was let me see here. Chiefs 30, Texans 24, went into overtime there. Pretty good game. Now you probably don't care anything about that game.
Yeah, I just have a hard time talking to you without a hat on. I really need you to look a little more professional. You know, if we're going to have this show, we need to be looking like we're somebody, right?
Yes. All right. Next one, here we go. We're going to have the Falcons 18, Saints 21.
Yeah, that was a good game too. You know, close games in the NFL, you know. I'm waiting for you to get to that Redskins-Giants game with that one.
Oh, yeah. We'll get there in a minute. Cowboys 34, Jaguars 40.
Yep, Jaguars. I told you when we saw them up in Detroit a few weeks ago that's a tough team. Everybody's sleeping on them, you know. I think, you know, I told everybody that they'd go the next week and beat Tennessee. I knew they'd have a dogfight with Dallas, but I think Dallas's defense is kind of, you know, it's not what it was 5 weeks ago. You know, their offense, you know, Dak Prescott struggling to not turn the ball over right now. And, you know, same old Cowboys kind of, you know, they're falling apart at the end of the year like they always do.
Yeah. All right, our next one is the Cardinals 15, I think, and then Broncos 24, if I'm reading that right.
Yep, I think you're right there. The Broncos got away with one there. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, it was kind of a
Crazy
surprise.
game here. The Patriots 24, the Raiders 30.
I love when a game ends like that. I mean, I hate that it happens to any team, but by gosh, that's some fun stuff to watch, you know. Almost like that Buffalo Minnesota game a few weeks back. I was pulling for Buffalo to win, but, you know, Josh Allen with that turnover in the end zone like that. I mean, just the NFL, you know, it's not over till it's over.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I love about the sport. You know, hey, matter of fact, let's bring up a little subject about Franco Harris.
Yes.
Pittsburgh Steelers, you know. The Immaculate Reception, you know, it's, I think tomorrow.
Yes.
50 years ago tomorrow at 3:20, I want to say 3 or 29 or something like that p.m. is when that happened. That play happened. And that really changed the NFL. These plays that you and I are talking about, the fumble in the end zone at the last second, you know, this last play of the game, the Raiders, you know, get the turnover and run it in for a score. You know, the Steelers started that television hype to watch a game through and through to the end because, you know, Franco Harris catches that ball off of, you know, the Oakland Raiders defender. He runs it in for the touchdown. And, you know, the rest is history. We've been watching as fans. People have been wanting to watch football on TV ever since. It's just been you know, the excitement is what I like it for. It's just that, you know, the excitement of the game until it's over.
Yes. Our next Titans are on a big skid right now. Going downhill. They lost to the Chargers this week, 14-17.
I think they're going to sneak it out and get this division. Maybe it's going to be tough on them. But the thing about we like the Titans. We live here in Nashville or just outside of Nashville, so it's kind of our second team. It's our AFC team. We do like the Titans, but I kind of called it at the end of the season last year. They had about a 3-year stretch. They were in their prime and they were right there. They had the team to win a Super Bowl, and they just came up a little short. All 3 years. And this year they traded off some really good talent. They didn't replace the talent. That wide receiver A.J. Brown, when they let him go, I told you and a lot of people, the Titans are in trouble this year. Derrick Henry's he's a beast of a running back, but he's also 5 years in the league now, something like that. So he's probably trailing downward now. His stats will start diminishing a little bit. So teams can they can put enough men in the box to stop the run a little better than they could before. And I heard Tannehill might be out for a while.
Tannehill's likely out for the season.
So, well, then, that I forgot about that. So, I might want to make it, retract that statement. The Jaguars could sneak in and get this division.
Yes.
So, yeah. We'll have to wait and see.
The Bengals 34, Buccaneers 21, 24.
Buccaneers, man. Tom Brady, everybody's, blaming Tom Brady for all the losses. I can't do that. I can't say it's all Tom Brady. If you look at that team, it's just not the team it was 2 years ago. The team that went and won a Super Bowl. They started losing a little bit of that skid last year when it started happening. But I think Tom Brady can still play. I think everybody wants him to retire and go out and whatever. I don't agree with that. I think he's got a few good years left in him. I'd like him to see him maybe move on to a contender. There's Tom Brady in Dallas. Right there. I know people think that's a crazy thing to even say, but you take Dak Prescott out of Dallas, you stick Tom Brady in there with that defense, give him a couple playmakers on offense, and I'm here to tell you the Cowboys would finally get over the hump. But the problem the Cowboys would have is our team. Our boys, baby. They are a young and hungry bunch of ball players. And I think we're fixing to make a move in the NFL. We're going to be on top for a while.
All right, you brought this game up earlier. It affects us a lot. The Giants 20, the Commanders 12.
So, yeah.
It affects us a lot.
What a game, 3 weeks ago, they tied. That was not good for the Lions. We needed a definitive winner that would, that half game could come back to haunt us in week 16 or 17 or 18. I also believe if we do our job as a team and we win our last 3 games, I think we'll be in. I really believe that after tomorrow evening, I believe the Lions will have the 7th spot. I believe that the Redskins and the Seattle Seahawks will both lose this week.
Yes.
I'm not guaranteeing us a win because it's an outdoor stadium. The Panthers are playing good football. I just think our guys are hungry. There's something special about the squad. I said it in week 1. I've said it all year. Even when we were 1-4, 1-6, it didn't matter to me. I kept believing. I've believed in Jared Goff. I've believed in the entire roster. I think the coaching staff is stellar. It's not everywhere that you see. Almost every coach that we have acquired in all facets and phases of the game are ex-NFL players.
Yes. Last game here, the Rams 12, Packers 24.
Yeah, Rams, that was, the best part about that game was the end of the game. Nobody thought the Rams had a chance, even with Baker Mayfield. Packers are not that good, but the Rams are just that bad. And I think my favorite part of that game was watching old number 12, Mr. Aaron Rodgers, who I despise. Yeah. I think nothing good of him other than the fact he is a great player. But, I as a Lions fan, don't even like to look at him. He, there's no doubt in my mind, his attitude, he thinks they're going to sneak in the back door of the playoffs. He's made comments about that team, referring to the Detroit Lions, saying that they never should have lost to that team. Well, Mr. Rodgers, you did lose to that team. He made a statement that at the end of that game about the playoff scenario and that their last 3 weeks they're going to play, 3 teams that have a winning record. And he was quick to condescend that reporter and say, oh, excuse me, one of those teams does not have a winning record. He was referring to us at 7-7, and he's talking smack about the Lions. Well, I hope he gets his wish. You know what? As much as I hate to say it, I wouldn't mind seeing, the Lions going into Lambeau Field and needing a victory to make the playoffs and to knock them out. and it would probably be, in my opinion, that would be the next greatest thing as a Detroit Lions fan to witness next to winning a Super Bowl. Because the Packers, I have no love for. You know this.
Yes. All right, now we're going to go to our playoff scenarios here. Since you were talking about that, we're going to go with the breakdown. We're going to start off with the AFC here. So, hold on one second. We're going to go here with the Bills are the 1 seed. They clinched.
Okay. Pretty predictable.
Yes, the Chiefs are the 2 seed. They clinched.
Yep.
So both
pretty
teams
predictable.
are pretty much playing for the first round bye.
Working on that bye.
Third team is the Bengals. They
Okay.
have not clinched yet.
Yep.
Titans have not clinched yet.
Correct.
Ravens, Chargers, and Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Now behind all of them, it gets interesting because you're going to have the Patriots at one spot behind all of them. Then you're going to have the Jets at 2 spots behind all of them. The Jaguars at 3 spots, Raiders at 4 spots, Browns at 5 spots, Steelers at 6 spots, Colts at 7 spots, Broncos at 8 spots, and the Texans at 9 spots. So really, if you're looking at this, you're looking at mostly there's only a few teams in contention left for this.
Mm-hmm. I think the Jets don't make it. I think the Patriots have an outside shot just because they play so good on defense. They can really. I mean, you saw what they've done to a few teams this year. They can just really shut them down on the defensive side of the ball. But I don't know. I'm going to have to go with looking at their schedules. I think the Jets have a tough road to hoe. That loss to our Lions last week really put a dent in their car door. They're going to have a hard time getting across the line now. I think the Chargers are the team to watch for. I think they're making that move. They're looking good. Justin Herbert is playing good football. I just think that's our team. I think that's the one team that's going to sneak in there and make some noise on a wild card stand kind of on the AFC side of the ball.
All right, now the NFC side is a lot different. It's a lot more organized here with 3 teams that have already clinched. Those teams are the Eagles. They have already clinched their division pretty much. They're just playing for the first round bye.
Correct.
The Vikings, they have clinched their division as well.
Yeah, they got the division from us. That's correct.
You got the 49ers. They have clinched their division with their win last week.
Yeah.
And so then you go to the crazy NFC South with the Buccaneers.
Yeah, that's so, a team there might make the playoffs with a pretty solid losing record.
Yes.
Most likely they're going to.
Yes.
The Panthers are in this division, and they're going to be playing really hard for that spot. Panthers' record is 6 and...
No, 4 and... They have 4 wins.
The Panthers have a 4-win team?
Yes.
And the lead in that division is a 6-win team. Is that right?
6 and 8.
6 and 8.
6 and 9.
6 and 9, yeah, because it's been just trying to do the math here. I can't read, I don't pay attention to that division that much. Falcons are alive. I mean, all 4 teams are alive, actually, with only 3 weeks to play. And that, I mean, you want to see that in the divisions, but I think you'd much rather see winning records,
Yes.
But hey, you win your division, you get in. It's always been the rule of thumb in the NFL. You want to make the playoffs, the first way to get there is to win your division. Detroit came up short of that this year. These teams that we're talking about, I think they got a good chance. Yes. All of them. I mean, that's a hard division to predict. You want to just say Tom Brady's going to get in because he's Tom Brady. You want to think that they're going to right the ship here in the next 2 to 3 days, or weeks, I should say. There's 3 games left for them. I don't know their schedule or who they're playing, but you just got to think that over history, and I know Tom Brady's getting up there, 45 years old or whatever he is, throwing the ball around the field, but I got to believe that he's going to muster a way to get in the playoffs, and I think they'll be one and done. Yes. I don't think it matters, who they play. I think that any team that's above them is going to knock them off the first week in the wild card game.
All right, coming up, you guys can call in right after I finish these. These playoffs, you guys will be able to call in, ask questions, and communicate with us. So that'll be fun.
That would be fun.
So now we're going
I've never done this with a live audience,
Yeah.
Usually we do our little pre-posting shows.
All right, now we got the Cowboys, the 5th seed, the Giants, the 6th seed, and the Commanders at the 7th seed here.
Mm-hmm. That's right now, current, right?
Yes, current.
So, I believe, like I told you, come tomorrow evening when the day comes to an end, I think you're going to see a swing there. You're going to see that the Commanders will fall out of that 7th spot. Seattle will stay right there where they're at because they're going to lose again, I believe, tomorrow. They're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Correct? Yeah, I think Mahomes and the boys will do away with them pretty quick. And I believe you'll see the Lions. I truly believe they're going to win this game tomorrow. I think it's going to be a close game. I think they're going to win it. I think we're going to be the 7th seed as of tomorrow. And if that happens, the following week we actually could clinch a playoff berth.
Yes.
I believe if I did my math right and looked at everything, and I believe that they could win again next week at home against the Bears, last home game. I'm so excited about going to that game. And I believe that the Commanders and the Seahawks will both lose the following week.
Yes.
I think the Commanders have the Browns. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
I think Deshaun Watson's, he's trying to prove something over there and why they brought him in, and I think that team's going to stand up pretty tall. And I think that Seattle is playing San Francisco.
No. Seattle is playing the Jets.
The Jets, yeah, and that's another one. I just don't think they can match up with that defense. Is that game in New York or in Seattle?
That game is in Seattle.
That game's in Seattle, so it'll be I could be wrong. Then they could come back and win that game, and we'd have to win our last game to get in at that point. But I don't know about that yet. We'll have to wait and see. But I got a strong feeling in my gut that at the end of Week 17, with 1 week to play, I think the Lions are going to be locked. I think they'll have that 7th seed. I think we win our next 2. I think the teams around us do what they need to do. I think there's no chance that Aaron Rodgers goes into Miami with the team that he has. I think that the Miami Dolphins offense is way too potent for the Green Bay defense. I think Miami's better at stopping the run than what most teams have shown. I think the Packers are outmatched. I think it's actually a 10-point game.
Yes. All right. Next one here, we're going to go to interviews now, so you guys can call in. 1 second. Let me just get this link up to where you guys can call in. 1 second here. One second.
You think we'll get any callers today? Our first show? You think anybody's watching out there?
Yeah, we got 2 people watching out there.
We got 2 people watching?
Right there.
Wow, is that me and you, or is that 2 people?
All right, so here's the link here. We're going to pull this thing up here, and we're going to make it bigger for you guys to be able to see. So you guys can type that link in and call in here. Well, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about some things that have been going around in the NFL, starting off with the Pro Bowl selections.
Mm-hmm.
Only one Detroit Lion made the Pro Bowl. Congratulations, Frank Ragnow.
Big Frank, it's awesome.
Congratulations. Franco Harris, you mentioned it. He sadly died yesterday, shockingly.
72 years old. I was a big Steelers fan as a little kid. I don't know if anybody knows the story about how I became a Lions fan. Me and one of my best friends, we grew up Steelers fans. Back in the late 70s and early 80s, you were either a Steelers fan or a Cowboys fan. That just seemed to be the way it was around the league. And me and my little buddy, his name was Gary, we loved watching the Steelers games. And we were 12 or 13 years old. I remember his dad got some tickets and took us to the Lions at the Silverdome, and they were playing the Steelers, and we were so excited. Well, at our age, we didn't realize, but at that time, Terry Bradshaw was at the end of his career. I believe Lynn Swann had retired. May have been still on the field. I don't remember. But the Lions, they brutally beat the Steelers. And from that day forward, I was like, heck, I live here in Detroit. I'm going to be a Lions fan. And I've been a Lions fan ever since. I remember there was a time here 5 or 6 years ago, I told that story to actually got to meet Mean Joe Green. We were at a restaurant, and he came up to our table and was talking to us. And what a great person he is. But he's such a nice gentleman. And we sat and had a conversation with him for a good 10 or 15 minutes. And I kind of told him that story. And it was great because he looked at me as he was walking away from the table. He goes, how'd that work out for you? Becoming a Lions fan over a Steelers fan. And all we could do was laugh. Obviously, the Steelers have had such great success. And they're such a great franchise. But, yeah, we're going to miss Franco Harris. Like I told you about that story earlier, that one play changed, television in the NFL. It's kind of where they merged and became a great thing. It showed the public and NFL fans everywhere around the world that, watch till the last minute, watch every play. You never can tell what can happen. The Vikings proved that again last week, coming out in the second half and taking that game into overtime and winning. I almost want to shed a tear over that because I was pulling for the Colts so much. But it was, the Raiders game, we talked about that a little bit ago, that the way that game ended with New England. Watch the game. There's always a chance. You never can tell what can happen. It's I've seen the Lions come back and win some games with 2 minutes to go that I swore there's no way they could win that game. I've seen them lose some in 2 minutes that I never thought they could lose. So that's what I love about the sport. It's what I love about being a big fan. It's what I love about the NFL, and it's what I love about the Detroit Lions.
Yes. All right, so now let's go to more stuff around the league here. We mentioned it earlier. Ryan Tannehill likely out for the season for the Titans. What is that? How does that affect the Titans?
It's going to affect them, buddy. I don't think they make the playoffs. I think they're going to lose their division because of that. If that's true, I hope he's coming back this week or next week. But I don't know nothing about the ankle injury. I know that an ankle injury, especially off that planting foot for a quarterback, can be difficult. I think if the Titans do not have Tannehill, which I think he's diminished as well over the last 2 seasons, so he's not the quarterback he was 3 or 4 years ago. So I mean, either way, I just think the Titans are in trouble. I think they got Malik Willis is not ready. We've seen it. He's just not there. I don't know if it was just it might want to be, and I wanted him. I wanted Detroit to draft him to replace Goff down the road one day. But sometimes that's why I don't get paid to pick players. They got problems. The Titans do. They're kind of a mess.
Yes. All right. Next big injury news here. Jalen Hurts out this week. They have just announced Gardner Minshew as the starter.
Yep. So let's talk about that because you and I, youngster, we've had this conversation. We've argued about it all year long and even previous years. I'll take a pocket passing quarterback. A la, Tom Brady, a la, Jared Goff. I'll take these quarterbacks over a mobile quarterback any day because at any given second, your season can come to an end. I don't believe that's the case with Jalen Hurts. I think he's going to be fine. I think they rest him a couple weeks. I think the team is good enough to win without him for a couple weeks. But that's the problem with a running quarterback. They make great plays with their feet. Let's look at Kyler Murray.
Yes.
They're saying those type of quarterbacks are exciting. They're fun. It's about the Patrick Mahomes is like this. He's mobile like that, and I love to watch it. But it worries me if I was a head coach or a GM. You're one injury away from a season being shot. When you lose a season in the NFL, your job's on the line. When you're a coach or a general manager in the NFL, when your season tanks, your job's on the line every single time.
Yes.
So do we have any viewers out there?
Yes, we have one viewer.
So we had 2, we lost 1. So our track record for our new shows. Oh, looks like somebody else joined in.
No, that's me.
Oh, that's you. So I think our show's not taking off like we'd like it to. However, we'll keep pushing through here for a few more minutes.
Alrighty. Last thing I want to talk about here. So you got the Lions. You got some big stuff. How'd you like Jameson Williams' impact on the Lions?
So Jameson Williams, he's obviously the catch. We were there. We were right in front of him. He came right to us with the big celebration right there. He's so fast. I really don't think Jared Goff can get the ball out of his hand fast enough to overthrow this kid. He's like a cheetah. He's gone. I mean, he's almost undefendable if he wants to be. If the Lions learn to start picking a spot on the field, and Goff literally takes the ball immediately and throws it to that spot, 30, 40 yards down the field, I do not believe that Jameson Williams can be defended. And that includes your Sauce Gardner and all your other great cornerbacks that they think they can cover. But I think they're going for a shot. This kid's going to be special.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to end the stream here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
One more thing before we go.
Merry Christmas and go Lions.
Go Lions.